Apfel Dr. Germany, my name is Ben. Good morning and welcome to the Micro Soldering Show. And today, Monday morning, 8:30, I'm just working on an iPhone 7. It came in because the customer said it doesn't boot anymore. And I didn't check anything, I just took out the screen now and I saw that there is no clue sticker over the EMI shields. So I just want to see and to check what's the problem with that device. Okay, I didn't took it to DC power supply at the moment because I first want to get out the board and want to see what's happening without any connected component. So I just give you to the on hands camera. So okay, should work. Last video I gave you on Friday, it was an iPhone 7 A10 board swap. It came from New Zealand. Unfortunately, the board swap was successful. That's not a problem, but unfortunately, the customer gave his phone to several places before. And the last place, he talked to them and told them the board swap was completed in Germany, but there are no data on the phone. And they told him, okay, we gave you another board after long talking to them. And he said, I need the data, what about you? And they said, okay, we fucked up the original board and we just gave you another board which didn't boot anymore. So yeah, I only can say to that, be careful to who you send your device in day rescue cases and in repair cases, but in day rescue especially, because most a lot of repair shops don't know what they do. Okay, a lot of, not most, but a lot of. So let's see what we can do here. I just need, no, there isn't enough in. I just need to get some contact cleaner. 1 second. Okay. Back again. Just filling up. And after that, just having a look why this device won't work. Just put the terminal here because perhaps I need it or need it not, I don't know. So now I need the right cable. Okay. Output. And when we press the power button, we have a stock about 39 milliamps. Okay. Let's get up. Let's get out the thermal cam. Having a look if we can see something there. This holder for the SIG you can buy at Upsecu starting by this week. So have a look for that. So the backside sticker already is taken off. Why? Is this just a TriStar problem? Would be crazy. Would be really crazy. looks like let's peel up the sticker on the front, because I don't see much on the thermal cam. But what's that? Why somebody already peeled off the sticker? And what about that? Okay, we go to the microscope camera. So you can see somebody already pulled up the sticker on the bottom. I would like to give TriStar a kick, because on the thermal imager I saw just a little reaction of the TriStar on these 39 milliamps, and I just want to kick it one time. Because this problem with about 30 milliamps I already saw on TriStar problems, but normally I see more on the thermal cam then. Because 30 milliamps are enough, really enough to see. So sometimes when you give it a kick, it works again for a short time. Could be. It's just an experience. Okay. And now let's see. If we got something changing. No. Still the same error, just because of the heat. It's now a little bit more than the 30 milliamps, but okay. I will take off the shield on the front and just give a press on the CPU to see if something changes when I push on the CPU. Okay, shield was already off because it gone fast. Okay, we got a Qualcomm board. It's a Qualcomm board. Okay, so now let's see what's happening when we push on the CPU while we try to boot. And I press on the CPU. And is there any changement? No, not at all. So next thing for me on 39 milliamps is just to get out TriStar, set up a new one, and after that we push again on the CPU, just a little bit harder, to see if there is any changing of the boot behavior, and if not, we have to take the main voltages like 1V8, 3V0 and things like that, and check for the data lines. But sometimes I already saw these problems related to a broken TriStar, and you can kick it, and it's if it's broken, a kick doesn't change anything. So some people will now say, oh, you just try. It's not a professional diagnose. On things like 30 milliamps. At first I use my experience to solve the problem, okay? And if my experienced points don't change anything, I start the measurements. Because measurements are always time taking, and for me, normally if this would be an Intel board and I don't find the error within about 10 minutes, I just swap the board. So if people then say you are not a good technician because you just swap the board, you don't have a look for the error, I just can tell them, for me time is money. Why my dispenser won't work? Oh, now it comes, okay. For me time is money, and I don't want to search such a long time. And when I swap the board, it's about 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and I'm done. So why don't swapping the board if I don't find the error within a short time? You see, everybody who tells you taking out the solder is impossible under the shield and just take solder iron to do that, man, take your skills and give them away for free. Because you need to work in a clean way, and everybody who joins our board level repair school Germany gets that within 1 day, no problem, or within some hours. It's not a problem at all. So for me, why I'm replacing TriStar here? One time experience, the other time, the other cause for that is that I just saw a little heating up of TriStar. So I just want to figure out if TriStar could be the reason for that. So let's see if we get a boot again or not. It's hot at the moment, so we need to wait a short time and see if there is a changement for the value on power supply. Waiting. Cooling down a little bit. No, we are still stucking. And now I press on the CPU. And I press hard. And now we get a boot. What's that? Just cold solder under the CPU. Things like this often end in that. So we just need to reball the CPU, and we should get a working phone after that. So let's go. Cold solder under the CPU. Somebody already was searching for the error on that phone. Didn't found it. We got it now. Just a fast thing now, taking out the CPU, cleaning, reballing, and sitting back. So it's a Qualcomm board, so I don't have a swap board here for Qualcomm. But when I reball the CPU here, I will also renew the PMIC. because I can go fast and solve it without affecting the power IC, but it's not my way, because I want that the phone works not only about 2 weeks and then the customer got the next problem because of cold solder under the PMU, because it's next beside to the CPU and we use a lot of heat when we take it out, and when we get it back it's always heat again and again. So I just want to have a clean repair, 100%, a satisfied customer, and a phone which is working for a long time and never come back to me. So hey, what about the cable of my PPD? That's the advantage if you have prepared swap boards. You already did this PMIC job, and so you save time. A lot of people asked me if I prepare my boards by CNC. No, I don't do. I just prepare them by hand skill. Completely all of them. So if anybody wants to buy my CNC, just message me. It's for sale. Why? I just don't need it. I can all do faster by hand skill, safer and cleaner. So now I first take out the CPU, because I don't want to give too much heat from the bottom at the backside of the CPU, and don't want to short the CPU, damage the NOR or damage the RAM. I don't like that, so I just take out CPU first. And I don't want to affect the baseband CPU. So I try to get as fast as possible. Okay, done. That's quick and fast and looks good. Okay, we have all the pads, nothing lost, no problem at all. So now we can just clean the board, and after that, we can take out the baseband CPU, the main PMIC first. Okay, done. This is not a problem at the top. We can take that by another board. It happens often if you go fast. So the coil we just replace in a second. Okay, done. This was the cap, and the coil we replace in a minute. Always using the wick to clean the board completely. Then just cleaning the rest. Sides gently. Sides and the edges. Okay, done. Then we take the brush, clean. After that we just need another board where we can take out the coil. Out and get it in here. Done. And okay. Cleaning, if you see something like that, it's easy, just scrape away. And we got a very, very clean surface looking like this. Okay? Use a wipe to push. Step 1, power IC done. After that, just move or turn around the board. Get some flux on it. Take the wick. Solder iron. And just clean the board. Getting out solder everywhere. And you have to see, if you wouldn't renew the power IC, the problem would be that you work with heat all the time. Here on cleaning, on taking out, on setting the CPU back. I did so many swaps for data rescue and it just worked. But if you do a CPU reball for a phone with full function, it's necessary that the phone works for the whole future and never does any problems. So you have to be carefully and to be safe with all the steps you do. So you just renew the power IC and you won't have any problems lifetime. And that is what we want. Okay. Clean. Now just using one more time again the brush and then the wick to getting flat all the pads. What about that area here? It is clean, yes. Yes it is, okay. So now we are done. And we just can control for the value on power supply, just cooling down the board a little bit while we just cleaning the CPU. And I really like the eye brush, the Lee eye brush, to doing that cleaning work. So if you use it in the right way, it's just amazing. For a long time I said, no, I won't use the brush. The eye brush isn't that good. Because I used it and wasn't satisfied, but if you know how to use, if you practice, it's really just amazing. one time cleaning between, then taking some flux, see, sometimes the underfill is really hard to get up, but we will get it, no problem at all. Last time some flux. Okay, and now just using the cleaning brush and your glue removing tool, just for things like that, and that, and we are done. So the big advantage is that the ground windows are still there. And it's just a clean work. And it's my complete own technique. I never saw it before in the world. Okay, now we can just do the reball, and before we just check for the value of the board without power IC. Goes up to 6, falls down to 0. That's right. Okay. Now we can just do the reball. Just need some paste for that. Okay, looks good. After that, just a stencil. I hope the stencil is clean. Not at all. dirt points were in it. You see that point here? Now it looks clean. Okay. Just get some paste in it. Okay, just go with the air everywhere. Then just taking some flux and some areas where you see some loose pads or some loose points which won't connect to the bottom. Okay. Then take a wipe. Wipe it one time. And get all the solder on these crown pins here. Okay. Then just take some flux by hand over the CPU and then just blast it one time again. I start by that edge because I see one point here which doesn't stick. Now it comes to the bottom and it sticks. Great. Okay. Everything okay here. Great. Waiting a short time for cooling down. And after that, wipe it with a wipe and contact cleaner. And you see, we got a perfect Reball. So only important that you check the ground windows. Just get away the solder. Okay, then you can just clean one time by brush. Oh, here is some dirt. We don't like dirt in the CPU. You see that? It's just perfect. One small ball is missing at the side. Last time I got it too. Normally I never see things like that, but here we see, but not a problem at all. Like I told you before, if you see things like that, don't think, oh, I can do it again, and no, it's not a problem at all. Just need a size matching ball. Put it down here. Some air. Some hand skill. And boom. Okay? Not a problem at all. So now we can do last step, reflow without stencil. Flux everywhere. After we got flux everywhere, we can just blast it. Okay, done, baby. And now we can get it back to the board. I just want a clean image here. Okay, that really looks amazing. So I take the CPU for a picture. Okay, and then we just get down the power IC at first, and after that the CPU. That's the wrong IC, but I got some here. Yeah, here we got the right one. So not a problem at all, just using some flux. And what we see here. Always control before you get something down on the board, okay? Some flux, the chip. Take the chip, plug it down. And then just blast it. see it's done. After that short cooling down, then checking if the value with power IC is okay, and then we can get on the CPU. It cools down fast here. So without CPU, we are about... Oh, what's that? Something is heating up. No, I thought before. Oh, there is something not okay with that, I think, because it falls down. 1.1 amps. Okay, let's have a look under the terminal where the problem is with that board. Just having a short moment for check. Good morning. Better than before, but still bad. Ah, that's only the so I need to set up my thermal cam. Could be only the cable. So I take another one. Cubic? Was hard to get it. Okay. You see that? I think it's just a short. Perhaps under the power IC, or just a connection between two capacitors. Should be not a big problem. You see that? I think that was all. And we are right. 007 without connected CPU. Okay, always have a close look to what you do, because otherwise things like this can happen. But we can solve that, and that's the only thing which counts, that we can solve errors like this in a fast way. Just using thermal cam and seeing what is heating up, why it's heating up, and just a connection between two capacitors. No problem. So now we just can get in the CPU like this. Looks good, I think. And solder it down. You see how Bruiser does the 20? Great, or not? Heating up, heating up, heating up. And waiting until the flux comes out, because we have the flux directly on the CPU this time. And you see the flux comes out at the sides. And the CPU is done. Okay, wait a short time for cooling down, and then we can check for boot. Getting in the screen. Getting in the cable. And let's see. Boom! We are back to life again with our iPhone 7 after stuck at 30 milliamps. I don't know what happened with the phone. I just can tell you that it was mailed in with that error. 30 milliamps stuck. Nothing works anymore at all. I just replaced TriStar instead because I saw a little heating of TriStar on thermal cam, and before I did the CPU I just wanted to see if it's really the problem or not. And you see all the data on the phone works fine. The lag is only related to the power supply. CPU A10, I did it again, 53 minutes because I had to take off the power IC, I had to take off the CPU, I had to take off TriStar and doing some other things, but at all the phone works fine and it goes back to the customer. I just will clean the complete board, do a complete functionality test, renew the glue stickers at the board on the EMI shields, and then the phone goes back to the customer. If you want to learn things like that, you can easily do that at our CPU courses starting by January 2020 at the bottle level repair school. And if you're working at the repair industry for smartphones and tablets, you can easily join our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany. I'm out, I did it again, A10, boom, back to life again. Here's Ben.